Everson. Councilwoman Montana. Here. Ms. Eaton is not with us as of yet. The mayor is here, the city as well as the council attorneys also present and our citizens. Today we are going to do a little different. At this time we are going to have two presentations by Chief Jimmy Gardner.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Chief Jimmy Gardner. I'm responsible for public safety in this city. Today, to please the council, mayor, and all our good citizens who are here and with us today, I want to make a special presentation to a couple of officers. It's going to be Officer Spencer and Officer Lopez. Let me say first off that Officer Spencer, you here, please stand up for me and come to the front. I want to recognize these officers for the contribution that they've made to the city of Prichard and particularly to the police department. Officer Spencer is responsible for providing some information to the police department in terms of being able to not only save money for overtime as a relates to officers, but also at the same time, the idea also made it so that officers who were working on midnights could have the proper rest and not have to appear in court on the days that they're on midnight, saving both city money and overtime and allowing them to get home and have proper rest. And this has been a part of the idea of the suggestion and having a suggestion line to also bring forward to the department to improve the quality of life of the department. And because of that today, we honor Officer Spencer for her insight and dedication to the police department and in saving both the city money along with looking out for the welfare and safety of her comrades. And again, on behalf of Mayor and Council, if you would join me in this, you guys could join me in making this presentation. The plaque reads, chief accommodation presented to Officer Spencer for outstanding contribution to the development of the Prichard Police Department, given on this day, June the 28th, 2012, by Chief Jimmy Gardner. Thank you so much. He's also receiving his police watch as well. Thank you. Officer Lopez. This could take a while, but I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit. Officer Lopez has brought to us the program in terms of military surplus, or government surplus. If you look outside of the door, that deuce and a half, we have 3 Humvees that are out there. We have 60 laptops, computers that has been made available through his initiative, getting online and searching these items out, and he's done an excellent job with that. Not to include other military wear that we can certainly use here at the police department. And just to give you a brief idea of what this means, the Humvees are somewhere around $40,000 a piece. There's 3 of them that are out there, and of course the deuce half is somewhere around $50,000 that you see that's out there. But it costs the city absolutely nothing. These apparatus, these automobiles, or these vehicles out here are necessary When we had the storm a few weeks ago, we had people who were trapped in water. We lost 4 vehicles during that storm because of water. With this initiative, this will allow us to be able to get into those places, those low-lying places where water has crest and above levels where automobiles can't travel through, and of course allows the opportunity to get out to people, save lives, or get people out of situations that ordinarily we wouldn't be able to do because the automobiles can't get to them. And so because of that, we do thank Officer Lopez as well for his initiative. His aggressiveness in terms of going and getting online and pursuing the kind of equipment that this city needs. And as you can see, the amount of money that it brings into the city and where it costs the city nothing. And because of that, again, we are providing Officer Lopez with the Chief Accommodation Award as well, presented to Ivan Lopez for outstanding contribution to the development of the Prichard Police Department, given on this day, June 28, 2012, by Chief Jim Gardner. And also, he will receive this watch as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Those that are here to appear before the council, excuse me, we ask that you go to the podium to my right and your left. Please state your name and your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to address the council. At this time, we are going to ask Reverend Norvell Glover.
I am Norvell Glover, live in 8 Mile, Alabama, and to the president, to our mayor, to all of his staff, to all the citizens. I came here to find out what do I need to do to have a candlelight vision for a young lady that was killed on the 4th of July last year on the old Central Air Highway. You never hear anything about it. It is unsolved. Lolita Dukes. She left 4 children. Children are scattered, and I just wonder what do I need to do to have a candlelight vision on old Central Air Highway, in the corner of that street up there. Do I need to get a permit or what? We're not marching. We're not marching. We don't have crowd people in our church, and we're going up there because everybody else remember their loved ones. So we want to remember this girl, especially those children that she left behind.
Do you have a date and time,
It's the 4th of July, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
You're not asking to block any streets?
No, we're not blocking any streets.
You don't see it out there?
We don't, well, we got a big old lawn up there, the ain't right across the road. We're not gonna be in the streets at all.
Thank you, Reverend. We'll just make this a matter of record. It's not on city property. You're not blocking off any street.
Okay, well, since I'm here, let me make this observation.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to see a picture right quick too.
Okay, let me make this observation since we are here. I think we need to, I mean, you know, I ain't got nothing to do with the mayor, who running or what, but I think we need to support our police. We need to support our police. We can call the county Jim here, amen, to order some books. Tell him to send us some National Guards to help in our city with the crime. So let us support our police officers. They need our support.
we're gonna have a public hearing on the precinct line for District 2 polling. There should be a sign-in sheet going around, so we everyone make sure they sign the, sign-in sheet.
Councilman, do I need to just explain what we're doing with the District 2? We had a northern swing in population. And when we had that northern swing of population, District 2 always had 2 polling places. We used to vote at Viola High School, and we voted at the historic Whistler Church in Whistler. Since they've had a northern swing, we needed to move our polls a little bit more northern. So for this election, we'll be voting at Mount Calvary and Cottage Wood Baptist Church. And that's to accommodate some central locations to represent District 2. So that's the only reason that we've had to put it on the agenda for a public hearing tonight. And it should really affect a couple of streets. The boundary lines now would be, if you live near Mount Calvary, if you're gonna vote at Mount Calvary, you would, the south end of the city, you would start right there around Dismuke Avenue and come all the way up to Watson Avenue. Come up to, that's Watson. From Watson on up to Cottage Park, you will be voting at the Cottage Park Baptist Church. And they will be sending you out voters registration cards to remind you where you would go and vote.
If anyone has any comments about the district line of the 2 polling precincts, we ask that you come to the line to my right and to your left. Anyone having any comment about the district lines of the 2 precincts in District 2, we ask that you will come to my right and to your left to the podium. We'll ask for the last time, if anyone have any comment concerning the 2 precincts, the district line in District 2, we ask that you will come to the mic. To let the record show that no one came to the line, there was no comment on the district line between the 2 precincts in District 2. Thank you.
I need a motion to introduce the ordinance establishing the precinct line for polling place in Council District 2 for municipal election in the city of Prichard, Alabama. Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yay.
Councilman Ephraim.
Yay.
Councilwoman Harris. Councilman Townsend.
Yay.
Ordinance introduced. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance establishing the precinct line for the polling place in Council District 2 for municipal election in the city of Prichard, Alabama.
Second.
Catch the vote, please. Roll call.
Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards. Councilman Ephraim.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris. Councilman Townsend.
Yay. Motion passed. Ordinance adopted.
Is Patricia Randall?
My name is Patricia Randall, Mayor, City Council. We would like to have a march and a rally on July 14th at 10 a.m. At the corner of St. Stephen's Road and Clark Avenue. Join us together to march for the kingdom of God and standing for righteousness in the name of Jesus.
Chair, Ms. Brown was on the agenda
representative for this issue before the council last week, but she wasn't able to be present due to the conflict. And I know there were some questions that were raised by some of my colleagues as to where they were planning on exactly being able to congregate at the end of March, whether or not there would be some issues of safety. I also had the same concern. And then also, too, we wanted to make sure that the route that was presented to the police department was one that could be approved for safety reasons. So it was really the only two issues that were carried over from last week on whether or not the route would be a safe route to travel on, and to make sure that where the conclusion of the march would be held for the conclusion rally would not be in threat or any traffic concerns or any issues. Spoke with Ms. Roundel, and she assured that they would be on property 20 feet from the road in a vacant lot next to a business. So I think that would resolve any concerns of safety or health. But the only issue would be the route itself that they're planning on walking. So I would have to give to the administration on that issue.
What is your starting point, Ms. Randall?
I'm going up Florida and 45.
You're not going down Highway 45.
Coming back up.
Going up.
Coming back again.
Don't have a problem with the route, it's, we have both, law enforcement, in the front and the rear of the actual march.
Now, details, Ms. Brown, if you need to contact someone in the police department.
We do have perhaps more at ease than you perhaps agree that on the return really, instead of coming down West Prichard Avenue to 45 and South End 45, we make that turn one block earlier at Newsom. And if you watch the chief to avoid that traffic and that on 45, that's a dangerous method that service. I'm talking about, you're gonna return back on your return trip. You started at the corner of West Park at 45.
I think what we were just saying is that that was pretty much the primary purpose of the route at that point, that she would be traversing down 45. I imagine the walk has spiritual significance in terms of the areas that they walk and pray. So 45 would be the area that they want to hopefully get traversed down and then end a block over where they could have the route. So if, I imagine that maybe to shorten the route, maybe another street first on another area could be taken out. But the primary route or the primary avenue of 45 would be more preferable. Okay, so if the route needs to be edited or cut short, coming up Clark towards Lovejoy, and then maybe like even here where it turns down Edison, you turn down Edison and then go down Prichard to shorten it, then I guess that would probably be a suggestion or an alternative as opposed to taking the 45 route, because I think that's one of the main routes that she's supposed to have. But I'll let the chief take a look at it.
What we're trying to do, Ms. Randall, is to keep you off of 45 altogether. That's what we're trying to do. That's really, yeah, the state highway is extremely busy, particularly on a Saturday, and not a good route for walking. So that's what we're trying to figure out now, and get you off of 45.
Chair, I think the chief has indicated that based upon his review of it, then he's not comfortable with the escort. That's with the escort or without the escort.
Either way, whether it's this is 45 in her case, I believe they may just be walking. Look at walking.
Based on the recommendation of the chief, Chair, I would just refer back to the round to see if that's acceptable based on what the chief would allow in terms of shortening the route for safety purposes. And if this is acceptable, then we can move forward with it. Or if this round you still would like to maybe have it reviewed, perhaps maybe give you another week. 45 is still the primary route, then perhaps maybe the edited to maybe allow to deal with traffic for the people in turn rather than necessarily being a march, more or less a motorcade for the same purpose. And perhaps that would be suitable. But that's your call. But I think the chief has indicated that 45 would not be safety distancing even with a front and back escort.
One of the main issues we're trying is to impede traffic on Highway 45, but then we slow down traffic. We also have to get state approval of the state road. So he just came out and said that he would do that authority, because they would also have to grant that to be done on 45. All that's on any state road, we did not just impede traffic. If you don't get that might draw, you got to have, we most of the time we have state roads out there, state road.
So would it be the pleasure to table it for her to decide what route she would like to come back with? Ms.
That
Ronald?
would be, she could table and get with the chief and they could work it out and
I I'd like to make a motion that we table for 1 week for a new map to come forth.
Let's vote. Motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Randall.
Chief Jimmy Gardner.
Good evening. I'm Jimmy Gardner, I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Prichard. I come before the body once again in reference to the police budget. I'm requesting that this budget be passed and to acknowledge once again that we cannot continue to operate without it. In a proficient manner, the citizens of this city needs it and expect law enforcement presence and protection. The officers here make great sacrifices each and every day to include their families. We should not allow this budget line increase request to continue down this path of limited support. It could have grave consequences. I don't want to see a U.S. flag draped across the highway for a fallen officer, or for a citizen with a spray across a casket because we failed to provide adequate officers on the streets of our city. Public safety should not be center stage for politics. The losers are the citizens and these officers. The police department has contributed in large ways in minimizing the strain on our city budget. As I spoke of earlier, of all the equipment that you find out there with the Deuce and a Half and the Humvee, the 60 computers that we have now because of military surplus. The money that we've now received from Homeland Security is assist to minimize the budget, and we expect for that amount of grant money to be nearly $500,000 in goods and services for this year. I say today that we will continue to do our part, and today again we're asking you to do your part by passing our request on concerning this budget. Thank you.
Danielle Gibbs.
My name is Danielle Gibbs, and the reason I'm here is to ask for permission to use the polo park for a baseball game, softball game with my fellow church members.
What's the time on it?
From 5 to 7 o'clock on June the 30th.
July, on this weekend?
The condition of the park out on the outside should be suitable for the game. I'm not certain what condition the baseball diamond is in. Have y'all been out to take a look at the diamond and make sure it may be more grass and dirt? So I think we probably need to make sure it's suitable to actually play a game. That's what's going on. I don't have any problem with it. The only issue that you would have is the use of the concession stand. Okay, I think you probably have enough shade around the perimeter of the field. You can set up a tent, do what you like to, y'all can have, do the the church needs to do as far as refreshments and everything. But the bathroom also part of the concession stand. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but I think someone would have to be available to come open and close them, so that at the end of the day, we don't have to worry about any babies taking use of the restroom after hours. So the requested time, Chair, between 5 and 7 does fall within the time frame of operating hours in the park. So I don't see a problem with that, and they're not requesting use of the concession stand. I would ask that we will forward her request to the mayor's office first, so that the grounds could be kept in condition so that they can actually enjoy a game when they play there, but also to make sure that the restrooms could be utilized upon their being there as well. Other than that, I don't see any problem.
What church are you representing?
Mount Olive Baptist Zion Church on Yellow Street.
The motion to approve, there's no further questions.
That's all.
Okay, so vote please. Motion carried. Congratulations. Yeah. Next item.
I need a motion to introduce an ordinance to amend the ordinance adopted in 2011-2012 general fund budget. Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilman Eastman.
We have discussion. Everything comes name. I'm just kidding.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yay.
Councilman Tony.
No. It was brought up. Already. One that's new. This is the new one. This is the new one. Chair, what I was asking was that we have discussion on that. That's what I was hoping up. It does not pass. I was asking that we would have discussion on the one that was just recently brought up in lieu of entertaining the one that I had proposed in revision, which is similar in nature to the same ordinance, albeit includes and gives an opportunity for additional the revision. That one right there?
There's a new ordinance.
Okay, well, see, that wasn't clarified. Okay, if someone who voted in favor of the vote, if that is the one, then I would ask for reconsideration if that's in accordance with what the council is entertaining. There were two, and I was not certain as to which of these ordinances we were actually dealing with. If it is the one that I support by way of revision, then I would ask for a recast or reconsideration of the roll call on the ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Motion to consider that.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Are you serious? That. Reconsider the ordinance and do the ordinance.
Okay, if you consider.
Yeah. Right. Councilwoman Young. To reconsider introducing the ordinance. Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards. Councilman Eastman.
Yay.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yay. Ordinance
I need a motion to introduce an ordinance to amend certain line items and add a new line item to the general fund budget of the city of Prichard, Alabama for fiscal year 2011-2012 And this is one that starts out with, that says that there is hereby created and authorized in the general fund budget of the city of Prichard, Alabama for fiscal year 2011, 2012, line item number, police officer regular salary in the amount of $175,000 to be expended to fund regular police officer salary accruing on and after August 1st, 2012. That's the one we're going to introduce. Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards. Councilman Ephraim.
Yay.
Councilwoman Martin Harris.
Yay.
Councilman Thomas. Martin. I need a motion on the ordinance to amend certain line items and add new line items to the general fund budget of the city of Prichard, Alabama for fiscal year 2011, 2012. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
I have a question on the motion too. Question is for Rex, if I may ask him a question. Here on, number 5, the line item to reduce the Board of Health. Number 6, the line item to reduce the Mobile County, legislative delegation. Line 7, to reduce the Mobile County Personnel Board. And number 8, the South Alabama Regional Planning Commission, to reduce that amount. And that comes up to be about $44,000. We're gonna close out that line item, but how we're projecting to pay them. We're not gonna pay those bills.
I know what you're suggesting.
No, that was not my suggestion. No, it was not my suggestion.
Okay, no, we have not to pay them, that's right.
Okay, so we're not gonna pay them. When do we anticipate paying them?
Next fiscal year.
So we're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul at this point. To stay alive.
Everybody do. Unless you live in that.
You still gonna file bankruptcy in September? I'm sorry? It's the truth.
Even some of that money you make, you ain't saying that all the way down.
Councilwoman Young.
Yes and no to these. I want to make sure you understand what you're doing. Yes and no.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
No.
I figured.
Pass ordinance number.
Mr. President, to the council, to the citizens of this city and employees, let me thank you all for passing this budget and doing the right thing as far as continuing the public service and public safety to our citizens in Prichard. And now we can see our police department continue to go out there and work on the initiatives that they have set forth to protect our citizens. And I want to thank you all for that.
I just want to thank the council members for all your hard work, as well as the administration. And we all realize that at some point, we all have to give and take. We all have to compromise. And a lot of time and effort has been placed on passing this budget amendment. And I want to thank each of you for all your hard work that you have done. to keep our citizens safe and keep the police moving forward in a positive direction. Thank you.
I would like to explain why I did not support this.
Let's have order. Please. Thank you all very much.
I have a voice in this too, and it's important to know that my concern all along, not just tonight, my concern has been all along that the city continues to spend money that we do not have. The process in which the mayor is spending funds that are not budgeted is called unauthorized expenditures. And we are in this financial bind now because we are spending money and we have no means of paying. We have bills that are outstanding, and the mayor and the finance director has said we are robbing Peter to pay Paul. So even though we're doing this now, in a couple of months, we're gonna be right back in the same situation. So I'm glad that it passed, but I cannot support the continuation of spending funds that we do not have. And that is the message that I wanna carry. We have to cut back and stop spending all of these unauthorized expenditures. Thank you.
Chair, let me just add to that. You know, it's just somewhat disappointing that it would take this long, because this is truly all the council, specifically myself, has been requesting from the very first time that this issue was put before the council in April in the form of a resolution. And unfortunately, this matter was tried in the public's opinion rather than in the courts of legislation in terms of working together to resolve it. But unfortunately, during these times of seasons, whether it be election year or whatever, unfortunately, things don't transpire the way that they should. But I am grateful that in the spirit of cooperation and for the good of our police officers, because the majority of them probably were fearful and concerned as to whether or not they would be employed after a period of time. Now that concern should be quelled, but the truth of the matter is that concern really should never have been put out there, because our records never indicated that the salaries specifically, and not overtime, but the salaries would be in jeopardy no sooner than the last part of August or the 1st of September, of which time that I contended would have been ample opportunity for the council to approve an amendment dutifully and rightfully on behalf of the officers to be able to stay employed. So rather than focus on how this was wrongfully placed before this council and the public, putting people in fear, scaring people into something that was not going to be the case, I am glad to say that this is a win. This is a win for everybody. And this is what we should have been establishing and working towards from the very beginning. I do applaud the spirit of compromise that have allowed some of the recommendations that I was able to bring forth to be put into this ordinance, and also some additional other line items that allowed for this point to get to this place. So I think, again, you know, it shouldn't have had to get to this point, but this again is why we have a lot of issues here. And I don't want to send a message that my support of this was because of some public pressure. I stood on the truth from day one, and my vote represents that as well. The actions of our government to continue to spend funds that aren't available, and then to justify it by means of some form of an amendment by use of the budget reserve is not the prudent nor expedient way to handle this. But I am glad for the sake of our officers and to the peaceable sense of our citizens who may have been misled into thinking that their safety was in jeopardy is not the case. So this ordinance is in fact a win-win. I'm glad we've got it approved, and I'm ready for us to forward ourselves toward dealing with the other matters of this city that are just as important as this issue was. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would just like to just make one little comment. I do want the public to know that this was not done just by one person. Either was done by a few meeting others drafting their recommendation and submitting those recommendations to the mayor, which I am sure was given to the finance director. So I just wanted to want to be clear. Councilwoman Young, myself, the chairperson, Ms. Irving Martin Harris, and also Mr. Ebro, by way of either letter to the mayor or sitting down in a meeting, made recommendation as a group. I thank you.
And Mr. President, once again, even with all that has been said, and all the comments, the whole issue is, I'm thankful that we are moving forward.
I need a motion to introduce an ordinance to amend ordinance number 1855 for building and construction permit fees in the city of Prichard. Councilwoman Young. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin Harris.
Yes.
Ordinance introduced, I need a motion to adopt an ordinance to amend ordinance number 1855 for building and construction permit fees.
Motion to approve.
I need a motion from Mary Davis to appoint Carl Leland Key to the Prichard Historic Commission.
I just make it quick. To the council, we have an opening on the historic commission, and I'm just recommending that Ms. King, the council vote that Ms. King would be that replacement for the vacancy.
How many vacancies are still there?
One more.
I was wondering, we just did one last weekend.
And I would just like to say that the historic commission has been working. They have some annual events, and I would like to applaud Councilwoman Edwards, because she has really been working with the historic commission to make sure that there are grant opportunities that are out there, that they are actually seeking out funds to do for the city, to help the historic area in the city of Prichard and the Worcester area especially. So, we need the members on here as we can find members that want to participate and want to serve the citizens in this area. So I want to call Ms. Evans for what she's doing, but if we can continue to get these members on board, then the commission can go back to work and try to make sure that we get the necessary funding and help in this historic area of our community.
Motion to approve.
Second. Session vote, please. Motion carried. Congratulations.
I need a motion from the finance director to put out on bid spec for a 2012 Dodge Charger SE. And this, money will be coming from the 2011 DAG grant awarded for the city in 2011.
Second.
Session vote, please. Motion carried. Congratulations. Thank you, Chief.
I need a motion from the finance director to approve expenditures from special funds for 103 law enforcement funds. This for various police expenses totaling $5,000.
Second.
Session vote, please. Motion carried. Thank you.
I need a motion from correspondence from the finance director regarding expenditures from special fund number 106, special gas tax. And this to add one zero and lease this to work on the fire engine, $16,500.
Do we have a second? Have a second, Chair. Cast your vote, please. Motion carried. Thank you.
I need a motion on the correspondence for the finance director regarding expenditures from special fund number 128 correction fund, total $97.57.
Second.
Cast your vote, please. Motion carried. Thank you.
I need a motion to make a matter of record and that was forwarded to the city attorney and insurance company. The city insurance company, a complaint filed with the circuit court of Mobile County, Alabama, and Virginia versus the city of Prichard.
I've said it.
Yeah, it's, they were talking about how, there's a public. Yeah, for retired police that the
Chief,
is paying me my vacation sick time. And also, I have a $130 badge, I paid for a badge, because they refused to give me one. They also refused to give me ID card. They kept me with my police.
cast your vote, please. Read them now, directly, follow to the minutes. That counts, Madam Clerk.
This ends item for council conference. I need a motion to approve the minutes of June 21st, 2012, and necessary corrections.
Did you get a second again? Just a second. Just cast your vote. Motion carries. Minutes approved.
In the mayor report, I got it. Yeah, David, the report.
Yes, I report, I just want to, address the council that everyone knows about the campaign over up at 8 Mile. And EPA came out and did some air monitoring, and those results have come back in. And we want to present those findings that EPA has, the results to the citizens by way of ADEM and EPA. We have invited them to come down, and it's set for July the 10th at 6 o'clock in the morning at High Point Baptist Church.
How you say it?
Not in the morning, I mean the evening.
Oh.
Not in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
I'm used to working in the morning. But in the evening at High Point Baptist Church. At that point, the results will be able to be given to the citizens in that area. But I want to ask the council to think about how can we maybe sometime address having an independent air study done. And the reason that I'm saying that is because as far as a lot of the public health issues that I hear that some of the citizens are having, there appears to be much more of this odor that people are breathing in than the numbers show. But we also plan to have someone that is in occupational health to come to this meeting to explain to the citizens what the health hazards may be when it comes down to this odor. We told the citizens when we was at High Point Baptist Church, Mr. President, when we set it up, when you had assisted me in setting it up at High Point Baptist Church, that we would get back with them as soon as we get some results. We wanted to do it next week, but next week is holiday week, so it's very difficult because most people will be traveling, some will. And so we want to make sure that we can be at High Point Baptist Church on the 10th at 6 o'clock that evening and inform the public as far as the results and what they can expect from any health issues at that time. Thank you.
In the committee report,
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to announce for the Historic Commission, along with the Historic Advisory Committee, to keep in mind that they will have their second annual tea, and it will be a fashion show. And the theme is yesterday and today, which will be held on Sunday, July the 15th from 4 to 6 here at the Prichard Municipal Complex. Also, I want to announce that as of, I think it was the 19th of this month, Mobile Community Action, they received their energy money. If you know of someone that is in need, and underscored need, and they're looking at our seniors in order to come over, but they must, to the most part, own their house. I think that they will make some concessions on that, but they're giving away the electric fans and also the air conditioning. So please, because we don't want, I am a senior myself, so we don't want them to really get sick or something happen to them because they don't have the necessary air conditioning or fan to help them out through this hot weather. Thank you so much, very much, Mr. President.
Council meeting will be changed if the council approve from Thursday to Monday at the regular time. Do we have a motion to change the council?
So, second.
Yes, please. Motion carries. Thank you. Council meeting will be Monday at the regular time. Notice will be placed on the bulletin board.
Everything go on the agenda, please get to me tomorrow by 12 o'clock.